Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the virtual class, Chapter 5, Parliamentary Government, Civics. Students, we have already learned till the Lok Sabha, its eligibility criteria and elections. Now we are continuing from the book. This is page number 255 about the term of the Lok Sabha. Students, the term of Lok Sabha is of 5 years. It can be extended in case of emergency and can be dissolved also by the President of India if it is required. When the ruling party loses its majority, then it can happen कि उसका जो term है वो 5 years से कम या ज़्यादा किया जा सकता है on a condition. The picture on the screen you are looking is the picture of Rajya Sabha. That is, Rajya Sabha represents the interest of state and union territories of India. It consists of 250 members. Alright, out of this 250, 238 represents the state and union territories and 12 are nominated by the president. Alright, the session of Rajya Sabha are presided over the vice president, while in Lok Sabha it is presided over the speaker, but in Rajya Sabha it is presided over the vice president of India, and he is known as the ex-officio chairman on the Rajya Sabha. Continuing from the book, we are going to read about the eligibility criteria and election. The eligibility criteria to become a member of Rajya Sabha is same as in Lok Sabha. In that, the age limit was 25. It is misprinted in the book. It is now 30 years only, as in same in Rajya Sabha. And the members of the Rajya Sabha are indirectly elected by the members of legislative assemblies. And the term, Lok Sabha ka term 5 years ka tha, but in Rajya Sabha, it has no term because it is a permanent body. It cannot be dissolved. However, जो इसके 1/3 members हैं वो every second year retire होते हैं. तो on an average अगर आप calculation करेंगे तो each members 6 years तक enjoy करता है राज्य सभा में रहना. Alright. Let's continue with the topic power and functions of the parliament. What are the power and functions? First, the power are the Indian Parliament enjoys the legislative power, executive, financial and judicial power. You can see the picture on the screen. It is depicting the functions and powers same time. Alright. The first is the legislative, then comes the executive function, then comes the financial powers. Electoral means judicial. Power of removal means you can remove any person from the position at any time. Okay. Depend upon the आप ये दे सकते हैं उसमें कि उसका उस समय क्या सिचुएशन था, उसने कौन सा लॉ वायलेट किया या उसका टर्म ख़त्म हो गया या मेजॉरिटी नहीं रही. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द कंडीशन. एंड फंक्शंस रिगार्डिंग अमेंडमेंट ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. एंड लास्ट द मिसलेनियस फंक्शंस. आई एम गोइंग टू ब्रीफ यू द पावर्स फ्रॉम द बुक इटसेल्फ. द फर्स्ट इज द लेजिस्लेटिव पावर्स. Means the Indian Parliament legislates on a subject contained in union and concurrent list. मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुकी हूँ लिस्ट में कौन सी चीज़ें इंक्लूड होती हैं. In order to legislate means in order to initiate a bill, first it is introduced in Parliament. What is a bill? बिल होता है कोई भी प्रोस्पेक्ट हमने सोच रखा है करने के लिए, उसको हम बिल कहते हैं इस लैंग्वेज में. इट कैन बी अ मनी बिल और नॉन बिल. हो सकता है उसमें पैसा इन्वॉल्व हो और हो सकता है मनी ना भी इन्वॉल्व हो. Except for money bills, all bills can be introduced in either the parliament. But अगर उसमें money involved है तो वो both houses से approve होना चाहिए. Alright. The next is the executive powers. India is a parliament democracy. It means that the Indian Parliament has control over the functioning of the Council of Ministers. There is a group and councils of ministers, as you all aware. The members of the Parliament are authorized to analyze, ask questions and criticize the policies at the same time. They have a right. The Council of Ministers has a right to criticize the policy or ask question or to deny it. Also, if the Council fails to answer the satisfactory to the members, the Parliament may also pass no confidence motion. अगर वो ये देखता है कि काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर सेटिस्फैक्टरीली आंसर्स नहीं दे रहे हैं उनके क्वेश्चंस का, तो उनको नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन पास कर सकते हैं और उस बात पे उनकी जो गवर्नमेंट है वो डिसॉल्व हो जाएगी. एट दिस केस ओनली. However, the powers to pass no confidence motion rest only with the Lok Sabha. It is the Lok Sabha who can decide whether to dissolve it or not. Next is the financial power. Every year the government has to table a budget in Indian Parliament. You all are aware what is a budget? उसमें ये होता है कि जो गवर्नमेंट है वो पूरा बजट बनाती है उस बेसिस पे कि व्हाट आर द अर्निंग्स टू इंडिया. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द कंट्री एट दिस टाइम. व्हाट आर द अर्निंग, व्हाट आर द एक्सपेंसेस एंड व्हाट आर द सेविंग्स वी आर गोइंग टू मेड. उस बेसिस पे बजट बनता है. आपने कई बार नोटिस किया होगा व्हेन इट फ्लैशेस ऑन स्क्रीन इन द न्यूज़ चैनल्स, वो भी इट जस्ट द फर्स्ट थिंग केम इनटू माइंड, क्या चीज़ सस्ती हुई क्या महंगी हुई. तो समटाइम्स आर पेरेंट्स एंड आर मेंबर्स से लाइक दिस कि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सस्ता हो गया आपके बार के बजट में एंड कार्स आर कॉस्टली. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू एग्जाम्पल. दैट इज कॉल्ड द बजट. A budget contains the expected income, expenses and amendments in the existing taxation rules. The Indian Parliament discusses, deliberates and approves the budget tabled by the government. It is the Indian Parliament जो बजट को अप्रूव करती है. उसके सामने बजट रखा जाता है, डिस्कशन होता है, फिर अप्रूव होता है, फिर आप तक पहुंचता है वो. All right. The last is judicial and constituent powers. The Indian Parliament is authorized to impeach the President and Vice President of India. Impeachment का मतलब मैंने आपको बताया था. This term is mentioned in the Indian Parliament is authorized to impeach the President and Vice President of India. It may also recommend the removal of judge of the Supreme Court and High Court. Impeachment मैंने आपको बताया था, it is related to the word resignation. The full procedure is mentioned in the Constitution of India also. It may also amend the Constitution of India. आप देखिए जुडिशियल और कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट पावर्स में इतना बेसिस है, इतना पावर है कि वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में भी अमेंडमेंट मीन्स इफ द चेंजेस आर रिक्वायर्ड इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इट कैन मेक इट. The picture on the screen you are seeing is of the law making procedure. What is that? It means the law making procedure is initiated with the introduction of a legislative proposal called a bill. I have already explained you what is a bill. The journey of a non-money bill is become law goes through the following stages. इसमें stages जो हैं वो mentioned हैं जो कि आपकी बुक से भी related है. आप देखेंगे bill किन किन stages से cross होता है. People ने, लोगों ने कुछ input किए, बिल बना, इंट्रोड्यूस करा गया, उसको कमेटी ने उसके बारे में डिस्कस किया, उसके ऊपर एक रिपोर्ट बनाई गई. उस हाउस मे बी इट गिव्स द सैंक्शन और नॉट, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द बिल. देन द डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन विल बी हैपन. बिल इज एक्सेप्टेड और रिजेक्टेड, इट विल सेंड टू द अदर हाउसेस and the joint session, the parliament if required will sit and discuss about that in the bill. President approves or send back to the reconsideration, and if it finds possible, if it finds okay, it will be given for the approval and that bill will become a law. I am continuing from the book. I have briefed you already about the law-making procedure. So in case of a money bill, however, it can be introduced in Lok Sabha. Once the Lok Sabha approves the bill, it goes to the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is the lower house and Rajya Sabha is the upper house, you know. और वो तभी sanction होगा तब Rajya Sabha उसको sanction करेगा. Rajya Sabha may approve or recommend changes within 14 days of the recipient of the bill. उसको राज्य सभा को अप्रूव करना पड़ेगा विदिन 14 days. लोकसभा may or may not consider the changes recommended by the Rajya Sabha and send the bill to the president for his assent. If the Rajya Sabha will clear that bill, वो bill directly president के पास जाएगा. In that case, it will not be required कि लोकसभा उसमें intervene करे. Then the bill is approved once the president provides his or his assent to the same. Alright, अगर वो bill approve हो जाता है तो president उसको green flag दिखा देता है कि it is ready for the procedure. So by this we have completed this chapter. So you can go through this chapter and the video as well. If there is any doubt, we'll discuss in the Zoom class. Till then, happy learning.